Saturday morning, once again, really sunny, and for a change, it's not really cold. So we're just clinging on to that last little bit of good weather while we can. So I've been out there this morning and I'm adjusting those raised beds that I set up for that no-dig gardening. So we've got mower out and we're going to put cardboard down. And I've actually downscaled it already, and I'll show you why. So this is where we're at the minute, and you'll probably notice why I've decided to use 2 raised beds instead of 3 now. And that's why the sun spends most of the day only coming up to there. So if I left that 3rd raised bed in, it'd have spent pretty much most of the day in shade. And that's because of this huge holly tree that we've got in garden. It cuts out a lot of light on particular parts of the garden. It's too big for me to cut, so the easiest way is to downscale to accommodate it. So that's what we've done, and I've started opening these boxes up, took all stickers off them as well, so we can get some of this cardboard put in place. And of course we've had that lawnmower out thanks to people's comments over the last couple of days, and we've made that now wide enough to accommodate that mower at each side. So now it's a case of just getting this cardboard under, and I've got enough to do both beds, but then I'm going to add a few more layers as we go through the next few weeks. So let's get this cardboard put underneath. And as I said before, we're going to let it stick out along these edges to try and stop that grass creeping in. That's a start. And we'll overlap it as well. Just need a little bit more to fill that bit in, and that's just first layer down. Quick and easy, job done. I did also notice this as I was coming up garden. That's this container cabbage. We've had it outside. Best place for them really. They don't like being too warm, but it's actually coming on quite well. There's a bit of damage from slugs, we can expect that, but for a container cabbage it has now got quite a bit of size to it. And we haven't looked at this courgette for a while either. It's still outside in them cold nights, but it's still nice and firm, and you can see that it's starting to ripen, just not on this side again. So we don't know what to do with this, whether to take it or leave it, because it's not going to get any warmer and we're going to get less light, which means it might not get a chance to ripen at all, which is a pity because it is quite a big one. I think I'll just give that another week, see what happens with it. Meanwhile, I've got all this to clear up. That's that greenhouse we dismantled. But unfortunately, when them winds got up, it blew it all over. We had it all lent up against that shed, but it's not locked down. We've got one cracked pane of glass, which I can easily fix, but it looks a bit of a mess. So what I think I'll do is clear up that side of that shed, and we'll get it stood up there, because then it can't fall over again. But at least it wasn't damaged apart from that cracked glass. So maybe a job for this afternoon. This pear tree's finished as well. It's dying back now. All leaves have seen better days. So I think it's due a bit of a prune, which is definitely something else we need to get sorted out. We need to cut back any old branches to encourage it to grow bigger and better next year. And we've given this a good clear. That's that container garden area that's now empty, apart from that strawberry tower that we built. But that's all dying back now, so we're not going to get anything from there. But we need to get this all cleaned and prepped, ready for next year. Well, we might have downscaled a little bit, but at least now we're guaranteed that everything is going to get its fair share of sun. And since we've downscaled it a little bit, we had plenty enough cardboard to put that first layer on. But I will be getting a bit more cardboard, and we're going to add another layer to that, if not 3. So we can guarantee those weeds are going to stay suppressed all the way through autumn and winter, ready for us compost going on in early spring. And it's a good job I actually came out today to do that, because I happened to catch it just at the right time, which shows you that that one raised bed weren't getting any sun. And I also forgot to take that strawberry in last night, but we were lucky because it's still untouched. So that's in my pocket now, and we'll get that put in fridge. And we can now get that lawnmower in between those beds as well, very easily. There's plenty of room. So now we've got to play that waiting game. We'll see how those compost bins get on as we go through autumn and winter, and hopefully we can get enough compost from there to virtually fill both of those raised beds. So it's going to make it a lot cheaper for us to start with. So between now and then we'll get more cardboard, we'll thicken those layers up, and then we'll just carry on with what we've got left in this greenhouse, albeit not a lot. But I'm quite sure that everybody else out there is in the same boat. And just because we've got some really nice sunshine today, and I didn't really need to put this on because it's not cold, there is little weather warnings popping up about a big drop in temperature. Whether that happens or not, we don't know, because it is the British weather, but we'll see. And we'll just make sure that we're ready for that by digging out all those old sheets of fleece that we put away so happily last spring. And maybe over the weekend we'll get that greenhouse sorted out. It'll only take half an hour tops to clear that side of that shed and get all that frame stood up. So during the worst parts of the year, it's not going to constantly be getting battered, because we don't want the frame getting twisted, else it's going to make it a big pain to put back together. So we'll look at those jobs over the weekend, knowing now we've sorted that one out for now anyway, and we'll see what else we've got to do for this afternoon and tomorrow. And if you want to see what we're doing over the next week or so, please hit that subscribe button, press that notifications bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care.